Chris here with Sons of Liberty Survival, and we're going to take a step back and stop talking about fire for once. We're going to move on with the 5 C's of survival, and we're going to talk about container. With container, obviously, we're going to talk about water survival. With water survival, it's following the rules of 3. You can survive 3 days without water. Now with water survival, obviously, as you can see here, we have some Nalgene bottles, water Sawyer mini filter kit. We have water bob. We have some metal containers, canteen cup, some Aquatabs and some emergency drinking water. Now the Sawyer mini water filter is great because you can use it as a drinking straw directly, for whatever water source you find. You can attach it to, bottles of water with the screw cap. You can attach it to the inline of your hydration pack. Now, Nalgene bottles are great in my opinion, even though, it's not a material that you can boil water in. You can supplement that with the cup that Ozark Trail makes. They also have different types of caps you can have. This one's called a pill lid. It's got a modular system in the front that you can take out, and with that you can put fishing hooks, tinder. You can put some purifying tabs in here as well. Whatever you want, to supplement your kit. These are also wide enough too that if you wanted to stuff, survival items in here, you can do that as well. Make like a survival bottle. And, when you need a water source, you can just take all the contents out and then do your water stuff there. Like I said, you can supplement that with a cup, stainless steel cup that Ozark Trail makes. If you want to go one step even further, you can get a Condor Tactical water pouch. That'll fit the cup, the bottle, and whatever other supplies you want to make out. So basically you can make like a mini survival kit that you can attach to a MOLLE bag. And if you need to just rip it off and run with it, you can. So, like I said, we have metal containers. You can boil water in these. Obviously remove the plastic top first. Fill your water source. Heat it up on the bottom. They have little carabiners you can add to them to attach to your bag. We have the canteen cup. You have emergency water packets that you can get from survival places, stores. Now, here we have a water bob. This is mainly for bugging in. You wouldn't bring this with you for bugging out. It holds up to about 100 gallons of water. So with that, you want roughly a gallon of water per person per day, per person for your household. And you also want to supplement that with 2 weeks for your home per person as well. So that's a lot of water to store, a gallon per person and then 2 weeks per person. Mainly the gallon one is to help, supplement hygiene, washing dishes, stuff like that, so people don't get, dysentery and stuff like that. You also want 3 days of water supply for evac. And like I said, these items will help supplement, your evac needs. A good thing to use for bugging out is an unlubed condom. An unlubed condom can hold about anywhere from, 2 liters of water to about a gallon of water. Now, with water, a normal active person needs to drink at least 2 quarts of water each day. You can minimize that amount of water your body needs by reducing the activity and that you're doing and staying cool. Hot environments can obviously double your water intake, and children, nursing mothers, and ill people will need to drink even more water than 2 quarts of water a day. And like I said, you'll also need water for food preparation and hygiene. Now, with water, if your supplies run low, never ration water. You can ration if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of people, ration their food and water, when the time comes. But me personally, you should drink the amount that you need today and try to find more for tomorrow. So like I said, never ration your water. Now, places you can find water, if you don't already know, are your hot water tank. You can get 30 to 60 gallons depending on what type of tank you have. But with that, you want to make sure that you turn it off and let it cool. And also drain out the first couple liters of water for sediment issues. Now, another place is the back of the toilet. And with that, I mean the reservoir, not the bowl. Now, if you're already in a prepared state of mind, you can get it from your rain barrels. You can also drain it from your plumbing system. How to do that would be, turning the water off at its source, where it comes into your house. And then you want to go to the top level of your house and open the faucet so you can let air in. And then you go down to the lowest level and drain it from there. You can use ice cubes or ice bags, depending if you have any in your freezer. And you can also use pool water as a last resort. It's already chlorinated, and you really don't have to do too much to it. You just have to kind of cover it and filter it out if there's debris in there and everything like that. But you can also boil the water as well. Now, when it comes to treating water, you can use treatment tabs like these aqua tabs here. But you want to follow the directions on doing so and how to do it. A good combination would be, carrying around some unlubed condoms, and you can fill it up with water, throw some aqua tabs in there. And another good thing for the condom too is, if you didn't know, you can use it as a water filter if need be too. You can throw some sand in the bottom of it, some pebbles to filter out the larger debris if there is any in there. And also throw in some cotton, and then just kind of poke a hole in the tip. Now you can use chlorine bleach to filter, to treat your water. You want to use 5 to 7 drops per gallon. Stir it or shake it, and let it sit for 30 minutes before use. And do not use any fresheners or scents in your chlorine bleach. It will make you sick. Well, that's all I have on water survival for today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me or put a message in the comment section. Share these videos with your friends, family, or anyone that you might want to know that might want to get prepared. And have a good day. So, like I said in the video, we have the water bulb, and it keeps water fresh for up to 16 weeks. It holds up to 100 gallons of water. We're going to do a quick little setup video. So, when you open the package, it comes with the pump, the nozzle, bag to fill it up with, the nozzle, and the bladder itself. So you're going to lay it out with the bladder in the tub with the nozzle closest to the spout. Now there's 2 holes. I want to try to get this as flat as possible. Then you want to remove the cap that's closest to the faucet and attach the bladder. Now that that's installed, what I recommend is using an elastic or a hairband to put on the faucet, because you're going to want to put the bag on afterwards. So that way you don't have to hold it there all day. Then you want to turn on the water slowly. And get all the wrinkles out of the hose. And then you let it fill it up. Now, periodically, you're going to want to adjust it, move it around a little bit, so that way it just fits just right in your tub. Now you also want a nice even flow, so that way the water doesn't come up flying up past the spigot. That way it allows it to trickle in the bag, you know. Okay, so in roughly about 20 minutes, I have filled my regular sized bathtub. This is about probably anywhere from 60 to 68 gallons of water for a standard tub. So when you're done, you just want to unscrew it, put the cap back on. So now you can just leave it as it is and let it sit for when you need it. Or you could put the pump on, so you take off the secondary cap, insert the pump, twist the cap on, and if you wanted to, pour yourself a glass. Just turn the nozzle so you get some airflow. And when you're done, you just turn the top of the nozzle off. Other side of the tub. And there you go. You have clean drinking water, and that's the water bulb. Now, I wouldn't recommend reusing this, seeing as you probably wouldn't be able to drain out all the water sufficiently from the bladder. You can just take a knife, poke a hole in the back down here, start draining your water. Now as I was sitting here watching the bladder drain out in my tub, I was thinking about, you know, the pump here. This comes off, and you could probably potentially put a longer hose on this, rubber hose, and potentially use this as a siphon for gas tanks.